Well, welcome to 2013. Today is January the 1st, 2013, and it is a rainy, dreary day, as you can see. Not a whole lot going on. I pulled all of my traps yesterday. I didn't want to be out in the weather in this, fighting the flooding, the rising water levels and all of that. And you can see my dog, there's no concerns whatsoever. She seems to like walking around in the rain for some reason. But anyway, I am inside my shop, and I decided to grind some more wheat. I need to make some bread and put it in the freezer. I tend to grind enough to make several loaves at a time. And when I went to my bucket that I keep in the house, that I keep my wheat in, it was empty. So I had to come down to the bunker and open some more buckets. So I decided to do a little bit of checking, and you can see this is a hard red winter wheat. It was packed in 2007, and once I pop the lid off, you can see that my Mylar bags are intact, and this is still got a rock hard vacuum on it. I'll open this up in just a second, but this is what I'm going to open up and grind today. You can see that from 2007 to 2013, it is 6 years. This wheat is in perfect shape. After going through some of my preps here, I had several different sizes of buckets. I had 1 gallon paint cans that I had used for a while. I had store-bought number 10 cans of wheat. I had these smaller plastic buckets, and I had 5 and 8 gallon plastic buckets. All of them have Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers in them, and I can tell you, in this damp environment here in Alabama, the plastic is the way to go. Some of my cans, my paint cans and my number 10 commercial cans, have rust on the cans, and the stuff that's in the store-bought cans, it's not packed in the Mylar bag. And, so I'm going to start opening those and using those up, whereas everything that was packed in plastic with Mylar is still as good today as the day I packed it 6, 7, 8 years ago. Because some of this stuff I started packing in 2005. So it's got a bit of time on it. But anyway, the lesson here is if you're in a humid environment, use a plastic bucket, and always, always, always use a Mylar bag with an O2 absorber in it. Because 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the road, you'll be glad you did. And if not you, somebody else will. Let me show you the difference in the metal cans, the store-bought metal cans versus the plastic buckets for storage. The first thing is, you can hear the wheat in there. It's obviously not packed in a brick in Mylar like this is. The second thing is if you'll look, you can see there's starting to be rust starting to form, corrosion starting to form on these cans. If this were left in place long enough, and this can is from 2008. Let's see if I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see that date, but the production date is 13 May 2008. So this wheat was packed a year after this in the plastic bucket. Yet the wheat in the plastic bucket still has a vacuum seal on it, and the outer container has absolutely no damage to it whatsoever. It's not deteriorating at all. Whereas the store-bought wheat in number 10 can, despite being a year newer, is already starting to have deterioration on the exterior container. So I'm going to go ahead and start using this stuff first and go ahead and use it up, because I don't know how many more years this would last in our humid environment before the external container failed. So that's something to think about. Okay, thanks to my trusty P38 can opener, I've got the lid off of this can. This is a hard red winter wheat, packed by the Mormons, LDS. And you can see it looks to be in absolutely perfect shape. And this was packed in 2008. There we go. And this is some of the white wheat that I was using previously, and this is the hard red winter wheat. But anyway, wheat's good. Now it's time to start grinding.